being good and being bad at the things that you want to learn is actually the way you get good. Hi, I'm Matthew, and today I'll be sharing with you on the topic of why is it so important to be really good being mediocre rather than jumping ahead to being the best. Now, many times when you are starting out, there tends to be many skills in which you are not yet good at. So if you think of it from a perspective of how society actually tells us how we should be, you'll notice that the way they speak about skills is as if you're already born with it. It's almost as if you are savant from the beginning. However, the experience of most people is that people are just not that great at everything. They may have a certain talent for something, however, it is not a across the board thing that they have every skill in their pocket right from the get-go. So, when it comes to building skill, most of the experiences that we have starting out is that we are horrible at the skill. Unfortunately, I do recall many times in which I do things, and even speaking, it's not a very long time ago that I was camera shy. I was afraid to put myself on the internet. I was afraid to speak to a video recorder, and giving presentations would cause me to have sleepless nights. So that is actually the state of somebody who is normal and is willing to build up a certain skill which they feel uncomfortable with. And boy, do I have a lot of things that I used to be uncomfortable with. And I'm sure you have that experience as well. So, coming back to the question, is it really that we should believe that our frame of mind would be well served by thinking that we are savants, that we are already great, and we already deserve to have the confidence that we have right from the get-go? I think it's really counterintuitive because the media actually feeds us that what we deserve is better, what we need to have is the best, and it serves them because they have already spent the marketing budget, they've hired all the employees, and they have produced the product, which probably took them about 3 years to finally get all the people on board, and then you have to spend another 2 years in training them and getting them unified as a team, and then probably about 5 years of marketing in total to get the product out into the market and to be accepted. So for them saying such things that you deserve the best, it's clearly out of their need to sell and them having already done the preparatory work. However, when you go back to an individual skills point of view, most of us did not come out from the womb already running, right? Most of us actually have a long track record of falling down and crawling, and sometimes not being able to get up when we fall down. So it is generally a misperception that we should do all things well. Now, what about mediocrity? Should we learn that? We should learn that by taking things one step at a time, by focusing on the minute details which come into our perception. Like for example, let's say we are learning how to ride a bicycle and we know that we are afraid to fall off. It is a common experience that most of us have. So what my dad did was he installed like 2 little trainer wheels at the back of my bicycle in the hope of helping me to stabilize the bicycle. What happened in reality was it made me more uncomfortable and less confident riding a bicycle. It was almost as if the purpose of riding a bicycle is to be supported by the training wheels, which is totally a bad idea in my opinion. I think what would have been a better thing was to help me to do push-ups and to get me to have the proper arm strength such that when I'm already holding on to the handlebars of the bicycle, I do not tremble, because that is the major reason why people fall off a bicycle, because they are trembling at the bicycle handle so much that it causes the wheel to tip over. Now, this is the same for skills development. Certain things are too complicated to the point that until you have properly developed the prior skills, like in the case of riding a bicycle, having strong and equal arm strength, pushing towards the bicycle handles, it is likely that the complicated task would fail, not because you could not execute the entire task, more that you failed at a very minute detail of the task. Now, if we were to go back in time and instead just work on these minute things, not only would it be less stressful to ride a bicycle, it would actually build confidence, because by the time I would have rode a bicycle, I already have strength in my arms, I have good coordination, and my experience of boarding onto the bicycle and riding would be perfect. I would already have it because all of the basic skills are there. On the other hand, if we jump steps in our development and want to arrive before we have done so, we are actually doing a disservice to ourselves and making ourselves very afraid of the world. So, the next time you approach skills or things you have never done before, do not worry about taking the baby steps, because honestly, that is the fastest way to develop whatever skill that you want to attain. That is built from the foundation of all the individual skills put together to allow you to arrive at the skill or the thing which you are trying to achieve. Now, going back to the story of the bicycle, I hope most of your journey in learning new skills would be about training basic skills to the point that by the time you take on something complicated, by the time you arrive, you are so well prepared that your very first experience just goes like the wind blowing through. And when people see you doing this, they would think that you are genius. And this confidence in knowing how to train as a mediocre person would give you further confidence and a better attitude to appreciate the basic fundamental building blocks towards any complicated skill that you want to develop. I thank you for spending time with me today. If you like my videos, please subscribe, share it with your friends. It may be helpful, especially for friends who find that certain skills are way beyond them, only to find out that the only reason why they failed so far is because they have jumped ahead too quickly. And if they only built their basic skills, they would have gotten it anyways. Thank you for your time. See you next time. Bye bye.